Hey y'all, this is All of Destiny. In this video, I'll be doing something fun and different. Normally, I always style my own hair or my mom's or my sister's. I don't have that many videos for guys here on my channel, so in this video, I'll be restyling or retwisting and styling dreads on my soon-to-be brother-in-law, Courtney, or as I call him, Court. The before shot of what it looks like, and then this is the after. So I just wanted to kind of get in there and show you all what we're starting off with, just for that good, transformation of like, what did it look like before, So I've already kind of got a head start, and we're just going to jump right in towards the middle. I wanted to kind of get a feel for this first, since this is my first time, or this was my first time just working with dreads in general. So I kind of had already began, and then we decided that, I was doing a good enough job, so I should record this. So I'm just going to start off by resectioning out a nice little square section. Since we're going to be retwisting it, you just want everything to be nice and neat. Well, I just want everything to be nice and neat. Disclaimer, this is not a tutorial, since this is my first time. It's just kind of like I set the camera up and filmed it, but it's not really a follow along. I'm just like a, showing you guys, showing y'all. So I'm applying some of the Jamaican mango and lime twisting gel, and then I just kind of palm the dread in between my hands to kind of just twist down that new growth. Just kind of press and twist and palm and twist in between your hands, or at least that's what the girls were doing on the videos that I watched before attempting this myself. So I'm applying coconut oil to the scalp. I'm applying that twisting gel to the new growth again, and reaching for more of that if needed, and then I just kind of twist and palm it in between my hand, and I'm just going to secure those two off. And what we're doing, I'm doing 3 dreads at a time, and then you'll see how we kind of plait it up towards the end. Okay, so after 3 dreads are completed, what you want to do is take those, and we're just going to pretty much braid them up. Or I'm going to braid them up. I keep saying it's not a tutorial, but I'm explaining. But yeah, so you just want to I'm just going to braid them up. And what I'm showing you here is that you don't really want it to be too tight, because then if the person, or if you want to kind of put it up or like in a ponytail or something, you don't want it to be too tight to where you can't do that. So as I get closer to the end, if some of the dreads are longer than the others, I'll secure the rubber band off towards the end of all 3 dreads first. And then I'll just kind of 2-strand twist everything that's left and secure that as well with the rubber band, so that everything stays in place and does not come down. And it's pretty much just a continuous process. After you braid up those 3, then you just kind of move right along to the next one, kind of part out a needed section, apply some of the coconut oil or whichever oil you would like to the scalp, and then just take some of the Jamaican mango and lime twisting gel, apply that to the new growth, and I just began to kind of just press and palm, kind of like in a twisting motion, to really get the new growth to kind of lock in place. And once you complete 3 again, you want to take those 3 and you just want to braid them together, but keeping in mind not to really braid it too tight towards the root. That way you can lift it up and down if you would like. This is like my 10th time doing this voiceover, so yeah, we just rolling with it. So I'm just repeating the process. It's really like the same thing over and over and over for each individual dread. As far as parting out the sections, I kind of like cut the footage so that it's more watchable, or viewable for you all. But I just take my time and just kind of get that perfect little square section, and I don't really pull and tug too tight on something that doesn't really want to, make way for me to have a neat part. So I'm showing you all right here. 2 of them were longer than the others. So I secure the first rubber band where all 3 of them end, or where the shortest one ends, I guess, and then whatever is left, I kind of 2-strand twist those together and secure that with the rubber band. Otherwise, you'll just kind of have 2 like hanging, I guess, like loose little legs. And yeah, if that's the look that you want, definitely do that. Like I said, this is not a tutorial. I'm just kind of explaining what I did. This one was like a little shorter than the other ones, but I'm just going to do the same thing on that one, and we're going to still braid it in the same way. Also, I did forget to mention that his hair was freshly shampooed and conditioned. His hair was freshly shampooed and conditioned prior to beginning the filming process. My sister, his fiance, she shampooed and conditioned his dreads for him. So yeah, she was actually in the process of doing his hair, And then I kind of like, I was like, hey, what y'all doing, you know? And Dominique was like, oh, you could do this instead. I was like, oh, I can? She was like, yeah, you can. So at the front, we're going to do something different. When I got probably to about 4 rows towards the front, I want to say, we decided to kind of just like do those like flat twist things. You'll see what I mean once we begin. So I'm just kind of parting out some sections in the front, applying coconut oil to his scalp again, just to make sure that it's nice and moisturized. I'm parting out sections the same way, and then I'm just kind of twisting now, sort of in a line, since we're going to kind of like do like little flat dread type of twisty thingy majigs, if you will. But I'm just kind of doing that same palming and twisting motion within my hand. We watched a few dreading tutorials before we began, and so yeah, this was one of the styles that we had agreed on. I was like, yeah, I think I can do that. So once we have those twisted down, I was just trying to decide if I wanted to do 2 separate sections or just put all of that together. So I'm just going to show you all. I decided to keep the footage and show you all what it looks like if I was to put all of those together, but the braid towards the end hanging in the back, it would have been thicker than the other ones. So you'll see later in the video that we decided to just split those into 2. And also, once I got the hang of it, braiding the dreads wasn't really difficult at all. It was just kind of like, in my mind, I was thinking of it as like thicker strands of hair, you know? It probably makes no sense. But this is why we decided not to go with that one. See how like it's thicker than the other braids? So yeah, we took that down. And instead, what I'm going to do is just kind of split that down the middle. And so he'll have like 2 little twisted braided sections on the left and then 2 on the right, but they'll still be braided down on the ends. And to make sure that that twist didn't really come down, I also secured the twist right before we got to like the free part of the hair, and then I'm just going to braid it and secure that with a rubber band again as well. So many mistakes, oh my god. Again, I just, no, we're not redoing it. So yeah, just kind of repeat that same process over and over. And you could have just gone with like the 3 little braids that we were doing, but we just decided to try something different in the front. So yeah. Okay, so we're almost done at this point. I think this was probably like going to be the last one for that section of the twist that we were going to do, and then I just had one more section left to do after that, but I didn't want to continue to show you all the same thing over and over. So I'm just going to twist that down, kind of just wrapping the dreads around each other and then making my way back. And then once I get to the end of that little section, I secure that off with a rubber band, and then I begin to braid the same way that we did coming up from the back, working our way to the front, and then I secure that off with another rubber band as well. Also, the white, I forgot to mention that you all were seeing the entire time, and that does go away. It's just because of the pressing and twisting as we roll the dread together. It just kind of like, I guess, squishes out the product, if you will, but it doesn't dry like that. He didn't really sit under a hair dryer. You can do that too if you would like, but yeah. That is pretty much the finished results of what retwisting and styling quartz dreads looks like. Questions or comments, be sure to leave all of that down below. And also, I would love it if you guys tell me how you think I did my first time styling and twisting dreads. As far as the products that he uses on his hair at home, I will insert a picture that he sent to me for you all right here on the video, and then I'll leave those same products and all of the products that were used off camera in my description box below as well. Just look for where it says products used. I'll make sure that it's somewhere up top for you all if you're checking for that. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and turn on your post notifications. That way you'll always get a notification when I upload a new video to YouTube. If you all want me to do more videos for guys on my channel with hairstyles and things like that, leave that down below for me as well. And as always, I thank you all so much for watching. Hey, you want to say anything, Court?
Good job, your first try.
Oh, yay! Thank you, Court. Thank you. Well, there you have it, folks. He likes it. Until next time. Hey! Perfect, like right on time. Alright, folks, peace.